Do subscribe to Ekeeda channel and press bell icon to get updates about latest engineering, HSC and IIT JEE main and advanced videos.
Hello friends, we will learn about the problems of continuity. As compared to previous problem, this problem is quite difficult. In this problem, the given function is continuous at x equal to 1 and we have to find the unknown values a and b. The question is, if f of x is equal to sine of pi x upon x minus 1 plus a comma x less than 1 is equal to 2 pi comma x equal to 1 and is equal to 1 plus cos of pi x upon pi in bracket 1 minus x the whole square plus b comma x greater than 1 is continuous at x equal to 1. Find a and b. So now let's see the solution. First of all, the given function f of x is continuous at x equal to 1. Therefore, by using definition of continuity, we have limit x tends to 1 plus fx is equal to limit x tends to 1 minus fx is equal to f of 1. Now here 1 plus it means right hand limit and that is x should be greater than 1. Secondly, 1 minus means left hand limit that is x should be less than 1. And third, f of 1 it means x equal to 1. Now for x greater than 1, f of x is defined as 1 plus cos pi x upon pi into 1 minus x the whole square plus b. So our next step will be limit x tends to 1 plus cos pi x upon pi in bracket 1 minus x the whole square plus b is equal to limit x tends to 1. Now x less than 1, so at that time f of x is defined as sine of pi x upon x minus 1 plus a. That equal to, now x equal to 1, so f of x is defined as 2 pi. Now here we have to solve the limits problem. First of all, observe the given limits which is given as x tends to 1. And here the function present in a given problem, that is cos function. And for cos function as well as secondly sine function, the limit should be 0. So we recall the two rules on limits, that limit x tends to 0, sin x upon x, that gives 1. And secondly, limit x tends to 0, cos of x is equal to 1. Now to get rule, the limit should be 10 to 0. And in present case, the given limit is x 10 to 1. So in this case, we have to put x equal to 1 plus h, as x tends to 1 and h tends to 0. Therefore, the next step will be limit h tends to 0. Now whenever x, we have to write 1 plus h. So 1 plus cos pi in bracket 1 plus h totally divided by pi in bracket 1 minus, again for x we substitute 1 plus h bracket complete, the whole square, plus b, that equal to limit h tends to 0, sin pi in bracket 1 plus h upon, again for x we write 1 plus h minus 1 as it is, and is equal to, we write 2 pi. Now on simplifying further, the next step will be limit h tends to 0, 1 plus cos in bracket pi into 1, so we get pi, plus pi into h, so that gives pi h, upon pi in bracket 1 minus 1 minus h the whole square, plus b, and that equal to limit h tends to 0, sin in bracket pi into 1, we get pi, plus pi into h, pi h, and whole thing divided by 1 plus h minus 1, and that equal to 2 pi. On simplifying further, we have limit h tends to 0. Now here we use Trigo formula, that cos bracket 180, that is pi plus theta, so that gives answer minus cos theta, and therefore in present case cos in bracket pi plus pi h, so that gives minus cos pi h. Upon pi in bracket, now here we cancel minus 1 plus 1, so the remaining term, that minus h the whole square, so that gives us h square. Then we write plus b as it is, and that equal to limit h tends to 0. Now again here we use Trigo rule, that sin bracket 180 plus theta, so that gives minus sin theta. So here we get minus sine of pi h, upon, in the denominator we cancel plus 1 and minus 1, so we left with only h, and that equal to 2 pi. Therefore limit h tends to 0. Now again here we use Trigo rule, that 1 minus cos theta is equal to 2 sine square theta by 2. Therefore limit h tends to 0. Now 1 minus cos theta gives 2 sine square theta by 2, and therefore here 1 minus cos of pi h. So that gives 2 sine square in bracket pi h upon 2. Then whole thing divided by pi into h square plus b we write as it is. That equal to limit h tends to 0. We write minus sine of pi h whole thing divided by h is equal to 2 pi as it is. Now here 2 is a constant term, so we take outside the limit. So 2 into limit h tends to 0 sine square in bracket pi h upon 2, and to get the rule we have to divide pi h upon 2 whole square, and at the same time we have to multiply it by pi h upon 2 the whole square. Then upon the original term in the denominator is pi into x square. So that we write as it is. Then plus b, and that equal to. Now here we take minus sign outside the limit. So we get minus of limit h tends to 0, and in bracket we have sine of pi h. Again, to get rule we have to divide by pi h, at the same time multiply by pi h, and upon the original term h we write as it is, and that equal to 2 pi. So the next step will be 2 into limit h tends to 0. We take square common from numerator and denominator. So we have sine of pi h upon 2 upon pi h upon 2 whole bracket raise 2 into we get pi square h square by 4 upon pi into x square plus b we write as it is, and that equal to, first of all we write minus sign, then limit h tends to 0 sine of pi h upon pi h into pi h upon h, and that equal to 2 pi. So therefore 2 into, now limit h tends to 0 sine of pi h upon 2 upon pi h upon 2, so that gives 1, then bracket square as it is into. Now here we cancel h square from numerator and denominator, and we cancel 1 pi from numerator denominator. So we left with pi by 4 plus b, that equal to minus. Now limit h tends to 0 sine of pi h upon pi h, so that gives 1 into. Now here we cancel h from numerator and denominator, so we left with pi, and equal to 2 pi we write as it is. So therefore 2 into 1 into pi by 4 plus b we write as it is, minus 1 into pi we get minus pi, and that equal to 2 pi. So now here 2 ones are 2 and 2 twos are 4. So therefore pi upon 2 plus b is equal to, we write minus pi, and that equal to 2 pi. So on simplifying further, pi by 2 plus b is equal to 2 pi, and therefore b is equal to 2 pi minus pi by 2. So on cross multiplying, we get b is equal to 2 into 2 pi, that is 4 pi minus pi upon 2, and therefore b is equal to 3 pi upon 2. So in this way we get the value of b, and that equal to 3 pi upon 2. So this is a required solution for the given problem. Thank you.